Good morning. It is, what time is it? I could see it is 7:49 a.m. on Wednesday, August 12th, 2020. I'm Christiana Ellis and I just got up. This is 5 more minutes. So, my schedule's a little weird today because I'm no longer on vacation, but for the remainder of this week, I'm going to be on evening shift, which is definitely not something I'm used to. Uh, but at the same time, it's like not a big deal. I'll be fine. It's just a matter of feeling like today is a work day, but I'm also not rushing to get ready because I don't have to go in until 3. So, I mean, it's fine. It is what it is. We'll see how that all works out. But in the meantime, here I am, just kind of. Uh, it's an interesting reversal of the day where a standard work day would be me getting up, getting ready for work, working, and then when I'm finished work for the day, I have the evening as free time, and then go to bed. Whereas today, it's that free time period is essentially reversed. I get up, and then that's when I have all the extra time. So, like in theory, I suppose you could still do the original sequence and just have your sleep schedule shifted way back. So, like, you get up at noon, go to work at 3, and then you have your free time in the middle of the night after you get off work. But that seems like a bad idea, especially since I'm not going to be consistently on the evening shift for, indefinitely. So, it's fine. One of the things that was interesting about last night's So Many Levels was that I had planned a bunch of stuff, relatively speaking, for a specific mission, but the player whose character was most directly involved with that mission wasn't able to play, and so we decided that was going to push that mission later and have the rest of the characters do something else in the meantime, which just put me in a situation of having nothing prepared for that session. And it's something that is scary, I think, even if you're a relatively experienced uh, dungeon master. Like, at this point, I've been doing it for several years, which certainly doesn't make me I'm not as experienced as, people who've been doing it for decades. But, I feel like I've been around the block a couple of times. And it can still be scary, this prospect of, oh shoot, I don't have anything for the characters to do. But see, that's the flip side of that is I feel like I could make a point about that, but that's not really the situation here because we're towards the end of a big campaign, so they're already kind of chasing down loose ends. They're just going to chase down different ones than we originally planned. And so I really kind of had all the broad strokes set up. But that, I think, is a key illustration of what a session can be, whether you're at the beginning of a campaign or the end, is you can have just the broad strokes of an idea in mind for the adventure. Like, you have 2 or 3 characters that are involved, and you know what their deal is. You know what they want to do and where they are now and what they might try to do if they're not interfered with. And you know certain basic things about the setting. You don't have to build in all of the plot beats. You can just kind of let the characters decide for themselves. And I think that proceeds to make it can be a much looser sort of adventure. It can be lots of fun, but it's an interesting balance in terms of completely having a sandbox style adventure versus, railroading has become like a dirty word, but I think in some circumstances, maybe not railroad, but having like a track, uh, with some flexibility on it, lets you have a slightly more crafted story, which is a different kind of experience. I think I'm just rambling at this point. I'm definitely just rambling at this point. So I guess I'll go ahead and finish rambling, and I'll talk to you all tomorrow for 5 more minutes.